Hey everyone, welcome to the show. So I have an update to share about one of Trump's Capitol insurrectionists. It's time for an episode of Where Are They Now?
Matthew Bledsoe was arrested.
Patrick Montgomery was in court.
Jonathan Manapa will stay in federal custody.
No, I don't take responsibility at all.
36-year-old Hawaii resident and Marine veteran Nicholas Ochs was the founder and leader of the Hawaii chapter of the Proud Boys. He was also considered to be an elder in the organization, and he described that position as a type of high judge, he said, or Supreme Court. So apparently that group dealt with issues that arose in the group. In Proud Boys chats, Ochs stated that he is, quote, pro-violence. And he said that if the election wasn't overturned for Trump, quote, let's go wild. And Ochs advised the other Proud Boys members that they, quote, time it right and do it smart. In Parler posts, Ochs urged Trump supporters to, quote, inflict discomfort on the left. And he predicted that the left, quote, won't do shit when he just keeps being president. Obviously meaning Trump would just remain in office. In Proud Boys leadership chats, of which Ochs was a member, the group talked about wearing body armor to the Capitol, stacking bodies in front of the Capitol, and taking knives on a plane. They were questioning whether or not they could do that. And they also questioned, quote, what would they do if 1 million patriots stormed and took the Capitol building? On January 4th of 2021, following the arrest of Proud Boys chairman Enrique Tarrio, a member wrote to the leadership group and said, quote, have been instructed and listened to me real good. There is no planning of any sorts. I need to be put into whatever new thing is created. Everything is compromised and we can be looking at gang charges. But I thought they had no plan. Also, they said, quote, stop everything immediately. This comes from the top. But they had no plans, you guys. They were informing the police of all of their plans. That's what they said. That's what Enrique Tarrio was trying to sell to the jury. On January 5th, Ochs communicated with another member, and they agreed that they should delete their Telegram app off their phones. And he wrote, quote, Fed has joined the chat. Why would they care if they weren't doing anything wrong? On January 6th, Ochs went to the Capitol with Proud Boys member and co-defendant Nicholas DiCarlo. Ochs and DiCarlo, by the way, hosted or used to host a YouTube show called Murder the Media. It was online everywhere. I shouldn't just say YouTube, but they recorded for the show, by the way, as they approached the Capitol. And Ochs was heard saying, quote, the steal is in fact right here and we are going to stop it. And at one point in the video, DiCarlo suggested climbing a media tower, but Ochs reminded him, quote, we're not supposed to be here. This is like beyond the fence. And then after a little back and forth between the two of them, where they both laughed and made jokes about being felons, they pointed and filmed barriers that had been torn down by the mob. And they recorded as other people were pushing past police, using knives to cut the fabric, hanging on the inauguration scaffolding. They were spraying officers with chemicals. They were throwing metal rods at the police like javelins. So they captured all of this on video. Now they try to say that it was a peaceful protest. After all of this, Ochs and DiCarlo joined in the violence. They actually were each caught on video, someone else's video, throwing smoke grenades at the police. Of course, they didn't film that themselves. As they reached the Capitol doors, DiCarlo was heard saying, quote, you think they're scared in there? And Ochs replied, quote, yeah, and I fucking love it. Shortly after that, they illegally entered the Capitol. The alarms were blaring. There was glass on the floor. They made their way into the Senate Spouses Lounge, and Ochs was heard yelling, quote, it's a beautiful tour of the Capitol with Murder the Media. Then they continued through the building. They filmed as they were laughing. They smoked cigarettes. They were making jokes. And Ochs posted a photo of himself on social media with the caption, quote, hello from the Capitol, LOL. So before exiting the building, Ochs and DiCarlo recorded numerous violent encounters between the mob and the police. Then, right after they exited, they were filmed rifling through a duffel bag that was left outside by the police, and DiCarlo stole a pair of flexi cuffs from the bag. So Ochs filmed as DiCarlo then wrote the name of their show on the Capitol door in black ink. And as they walked away from the building, Ochs continued recording, and he said, quote, "Sorry we couldn't go live when we stormed the fucking US Capitol and made Congress flee." Later, Ochs shared a video in which he said that, quote, "On the television, the headline reads that Congress stopped the vote when we stormed the Capitol. And as we've been saying all day, we came here to stop the steal." He also said that they were being sarcastic about planning to stop the vote count. But then he said, quote, "It may resume, but the steal is for now stopped. You're welcome, America." And then that night, Ochs was interviewed by CNN, and he claimed that he was in the Capitol as a professional journalist. Because, you know, professional journalists smoke cigarettes in there. They laugh, they joke, they throw smoke bombs at cops. And in a Proud Boys chat, Ochs wrote, quote, "Let's delete that picture of the murder the media written on the door just to be safe." So Ochs was arrested on January 7th of 2021, and in a superseding indictment, he was charged with conspiracy, obstructing an official proceeding, destruction of government property, theft of government property, entering a restricted building, and disorderly conduct in a restricted building. In September of 2022, Ochs pleaded guilty to the felony of obstructing an official proceeding, and he was looking at up to 20 years in prison, 3 years of probation, and $250,000 in fines. The prosecutor, however, requested only 51 months in prison, 3 years of probation, $2,000 in restitution, and then a fine to be determined by the court. Ochs, on the other hand, asked for a maximum sentence of 18 months in prison, followed by a prolonged period of probation. I couldn't locate any sentencing details, like about what was said at the hearing, but U.S. District Judge Beryl Howell presided over this case, and with a rare exception, she's been pretty tough. So Judge Howell sentenced Ochs to 4 years in prison and 3 years of probation, and Ochs was ordered to pay $2,000 in restitution and a $5,000 fine. Here's what I want to know, guys. Do you think Ochs is going to be scared in there? I do, and I fucking love it. I'll let you guys know if I hear any more. Thanks so much for watching and listening. Please like, please share, please subscribe, please donate. It means the world to me. It helps keep the show going. Love you guys. Take care, and I'll talk with you soon.